We got a full house today. We got Jaimani, mama, grandma, and stepdad. Of course, he grabs the rainbow slug out of my sensory box. Big surprise. This is a desensitizing technique I use to get Jaimani accustomed to the sound and the vibration of the clippers. Mama even pretends to cut her own hair with the clippers. Then Jaimani decides to tag stepdad in, and just the sight of the clippers sets him off. You can tell there's been some previous trauma with haircuts in the past. But that's why I'm here. We're gonna unlearn that trauma and associate haircuts with a positive experience. So I put the clippers down and I decide to do some shear work. These don't seem to bother him as much. So now we're tagging grandma back in, and he seems to be settled in with her. So I tried my luck again with the clippers, and boy, was I wrong. Jaimani was not having it. He said, "I'm done with you, grandma. I'm gonna tag my mama in." Mama has the magic touch, and since the clipper guard seems to be pulling on his hair, I started doing this method where I pull the hair, clip, pull, clip. Look at me directing traffic. I tell stepdad to block the mirror so Jaimani doesn't see what's happening, and hold the iPad up while I continue. Pull, clip, pull, clip, pull, clip. Here's a closer look at the pull clip technique. It works really well. See, the pull clip method works brilliantly because now I'm able to actually use the edgers on Jaimani. He's not as intimidated of the clippers anymore. 15, 16, 17. Now he tagged stepdad back in, and this is when I started my freehand method with no guard. This is a huge risk because any wrong move and Jaimani is going bald. Do not try this at home. I repeat, do not try this at home. Notice how I'm using my offhand to cover his ears so I don't accidentally nick him. Pull clip method to freehand no guard. Great way to transition to where you can cut the hair without coming in contact with his scalp. We sitting back down, grandma in the background cheering him on, and this exact moment is where mama realized Jaimani had a little accident. All right, quick intermission. We'll be right back. Look who's sitting down in the chair like a grown man getting a haircut. Perfect opportunity to introduce the Wady Cape to Jaimani, but he ain't having it today. He tried to jet. Once again, you can tell he associates capes, clippers, and the things with traumatic experiences. We've successfully desensitized him from the clippers. Next time, we're gonna try capes. Look at my boy getting a nice fresh line, and see, all he needed was a little extra care and patience. Finishing up with a little curl sponge action. And you know I couldn't let Jaimani go without a little bubble party. It might not be the perfect haircut, but look, we desensitized him from the clippers. We got him a fresh edge up. And most importantly, he eventually had a good time. Stepdad is doing a double take to make sure everything looks good. And you know I had to get my high five before he left. Thank you for trusting me with your first sensory haircut, Jaimani. Donate to our GoFundMe and sponsor a sensory-friendly haircut experience today.